Hey, what's up everyone? So I recently got a Nintendo Switch. I picked up a few games and I just gotta say I love the Switch. It's a fun console to mess around with on the go. One of the games I got and want to talk about is Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers from Capcom.
Ultra Street Fighter 2! The Final Challengers!
This was Capcom's attempt to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter in 2017. Plus, it was a good reason to pick up a Nintendo Switch on the go. After all, Street Fighter is the most iconic fighting game of all time. This game will feature new characters in nearly 20 years in the Street Fighter 2 legacy. This will be Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, which technically aren't really new characters, but as far as Street Fighter 2, yeah, they are. They're new. This is basically an updated version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, with the feature of using classic sprites or the art from the HD remix. Let's talk about the features specifically. There's arcade mode, which is self-explained. You pick a character, defeat Bison, and you get to see the arcade endings. I do have to say, the standard difficulty for arcade feels pretty easy. On my first run, I got to Akuma with the special condition with ease. I also have to say that the gameplay has been tweaked a bit. For a moment, I thought some of the attacks were autocorrect, but no. Combat is slightly altered. The next feature will be the buddy battle. This is where you and a friend can go co-op against the computer. This mode is very similar to Dramatic Mode from Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold. However, this mode is now available online. There's Versus Mode. This is where you select your character and stage. You fight against any player or AI. Pretty self-explained. The online feature has you playing against players online. There's also Training Mode. This game will also have the Way of the Hado. This is where you use the Joy-Cons to control Ryu taking on Shadow Lu. In a way, I could try to describe this as Street Fighter in VR, if that makes any sense. You're going to be controlling Ryu with the wave motions with the Joy-Cons. The features on the Way of the Hado is the stage battle. This is where you fight a certain amount of enemies. There's also Endless Battles, which is basically a survival mode. There's different challenges in stage and Endless Battles, which is Beginner, Advanced, and Expert. The Way of the Hado also features training to learn how to do specific moves like the Hadouken, Shuriken, Tatsumaki, Shiku Hadouken, and blocking. There's also free training. We also have a gallery mode. You can listen to different Street Fighter background music and view different art and illustrations from the Street Fighter series. There's also a color editor. You can also customize your character's costume colors. You could use these in arcade versus in online mode. Player data is just your records on what you've done in the game. I have to say this is a pretty decent game to have on the Nintendo Switch. It's basically the Street Fighter HD remix with additional features. I do like the new remix music in game. I also noticed that the characters have new voiceovers. This also has the feature to change the classic sprites or the new look. I just really wish you could change it from the pause menu or before the match. The only way to change it is back at the options in the main menu. The same goes for the music as well. You could either pick the classic or the remix music. At the time of the release, this was a decent game to have if you're a Street Fighter fan. However, this could be overlooked now that the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection has been released. The new characters aren't really new, but I must say I love how they play. As I mentioned before, the standard difficulty still feels kinda easy, but I do like the new gameplay that has been quite tweaked a bit. Also, the color editor is pretty cool, but I do wish you could edit quicker. It goes really slow when you're picking a specific color. The Way of the Hado is a cool idea on paper, however playing it is a different story. The motion controls could feel very tiring and overwhelming. I would just say try it once, just to say you experienced it. I also find it weird that this game has Street Fighter 2 in theory for gameplay, Street Fighter 4 models for the Way of the Hado, and it looks like they took ideas from Street Fighter 5 with the Shadow Lu soldiers as well. I do like the art in the gallery. In fact, I love the game's art cover. It's actually a remake of a classic art piece from Bangus. Let me just say, I love Street Fighter and the legacy it has. However, if you want a better way to play some Street Fighter, I will recommend getting the Anniversary Collection. I also have to recommend playing this with a Pro Controller. The Joy-Cons could be kinda awkward to play with in my opinion. Anyways, those are my thoughts on Ultra Street Fighter 2. If you guys haven't, feel free to follow me on Twitch. I've been streaming some Switch games over there. In fact, that's where the majority of the footage in this video is from. Like the video if you find the review useful. Comment on your thoughts on the game. And subscribe for more content. I am out. Peace.